very good way of just initiating and just funneling all these kills over the side of Martis. I definitely want to see a lot more lane priority from the side of SRG.
Okay, so Gatot is going into the roam section as CC is going to head on over to the EXP. Some sacrifices needed to be made, and unfortunately, Smooth is the one who has to take that punishment.
Yeah, CC is really good against high loss. Like that shred and that constant chasing on, especially, you know, with a yo-yo ultimate, is very good.
With that being said, thank you for the breakdown here. That's it for the panel. We're throwing it back to the casters. Good luck. This could be equalization point.
Thank you very much to the panel. Like Eden said, this could be equilibrium again. We could go back to square one and head into the deadly game 7. But we gotta get through this first, especially if you are Team Vamos looking for the 3rd victory in this BO7 as they find themselves on that blue side, coming in with 75% win rate with first pick, SRG on red.
Vamos are eager to disrupt the status quo!
The highest chance of survival. See both junglers at level 6. Cran retreat. Kick stolen by Stormy. Something to watch out for. Smooth from a different angle with the glorious pathway to secure the turtle for Vamos. But still, Sakai steals it. Now they finally engage. First blood for Yoom. The rest of Team Vamos on the run. Chibi comes in, wants to look for the threshold, cannot find it. And SRG willing to push it a bit further, but Vamos gets out.
For a moment there,
I get some info, but Vamos will start the aggro. Glorious pathway, Yoons will be the target, but unfortunately, there is no way in for Vamos. Meanwhile, Ness finds the solo kill on the Innocent. Maybe that's the opening. Zorn brought down low, not dead yet. Decimate from Stormy though. You gotta watch out for this guy. He might be bootleg, but still is deadly. Sakai finds the second turtle.
leave it to Stormy. He will always try to steal the Decimate. Even with his glorious pathway, when there's diversion, nope, he wants those kills. Unfortunately, Innocent did end up losing his one
of Legends inductee Zorn. You also got Smooth once a regular season MVP, Divergent to the back, an attempted AOG escape, but good kick from Zorn to prevent that from happening. Sure, Vamos finds a kill, but that top tier 2 is just getting battered by Crab. Can't even stay there, right? Is there an angle to find some big kicks?
Oh, where's that diversion? In the mid lane.
Who was looking for Sakai maybe. But Stormy now. There's a potential angle. Cram from the back. It's a collapse. Warlord flickers into the wall, and here comes AOG on top of him. Might be a fatal mistake. This is the momentum the SRG is looking for. Pedal to the metal. Here comes the Nitro Boost, supercharged. Second kill for them. It's Smooth. Weakness points unlocked, but unworthy of the crossbow tank. And the hidden technique still in SRG's grabs.
Well, Warlord doesn't seem to have much mastery on the hero. Diversion plays have not been working out for Team Vamos throughout this game. And without it, a lot of map pressure gone.
And Zorn will find a kick, but that's purified, so Zorn just evaporates. A good attempt from Vamos, but SRG came prepared. Yin Yang reaction on Innocent. Crossbow tank on the Nest. Innocent will be safe. The Team Vamos, you feel the desperation, you smell the tension, but SRG will not let themselves break.
Nets is lucky that Innocent didn't have his Inspire there, or that would have been a death. Oh, they're jumping in again.
AOG stolen Decimate, but unfortunately Stormy can't use it. Maybe it's a chance for Team Vamos to mount a counter-attack, but Innocent is always going to be an issue. So for SRG, without Stormy, they will back off, Lord up in 80 seconds.
All right. Vamos, they need to keep finding these small little wins. SRG has a huge lead right now, but it's actually not as big as Vamos had in the previous game. It is still something they could come back from, but you're going to need a pretty clean fight with multiple deaths in your favor to be able to achieve it. Chibi, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to contribute too much anymore. He really is just an extra body to make sure that Nets can output his damage.
Have you reached a cutoff point where Chibi is more of a durable meat shoe and the kind of burden is on Nets? Or is there still kind of some wiggle room for Chibi to pop off?
The only wiggle room Chibi would have is if Nets and Warlord really whittle down SRG first.
Oh, and the tie into the AOG! They are just leashed by SRG, controlled.
And they found Nets. They really needed to make sure Nets could keep scaling. That's his first death. That's gonna really slow things down. That was the only real win condition Vamos could have played off of, and now Zorn also in trouble.
Terrified, taunt, and a couple of yo-yos in his face. This could be the coup de grace that SRG is looking for, on a prelude to it. Nets will be coming back and have some decent wave clear with their Lord Yi, but SRG have set themselves up for Lord number 2.
And they are setting themselves up for victory and a second championship title right now. Team Vamos, we already mentioned their lineup is, oh, well, they find something at least. Nets with the kill on Cram.
But there's gonna be a trade. Another crossbow tank. Smooth for Cram. I suppose so. Both XP lane is full. But I mean, if you're Vamos, you need the whole team. And without Smooth, SRG once more gains back possession of the map.
Trading 1 for 1 when you're behind though is still actually pretty good, especially if it is Nets who is getting the kills. This Harif is the only thing they can really depend on. If he and Warlord can whittle down SRG and prolong the fight with Revitalize, Chibi can actually still start racking up a little bit of effectiveness by finishing people off with Decimate. It's a little late, but better late than never at this stage, because the alternative is them falling short of the finish line with a 4-2 score, a second season in a row.
Look back at the pages of history, it's essentially a different chapter but the same ending. You might just get that. SRG really setting themselves up for that conclusion.
We have to remember, although they are part of a new team now, most of this lineup from Vamos was originally from the Homeboys. And last season, they lost the grand finals to SRG 4-2. Right now, it seems on a route for that to repeat. And I'm sure that Vamos is having those flashbacks. They do not want this history, this dark moment in time for them to happen again in the present. All things considered, Nets actually even in farm with Innocent. It's the rest of the team that's having difficulty keeping up with the front line of SRG.
Cram in particular with a 3k goal lead over Smooth. The direct comparison there is not even close, feels unfair. Jordan from the back looks for a kick. It's gonna find it, but in the wrong angle. Again, another good attempt that ends in vain.
Such good reaction timing from Skies, and this is the problem with Assassins. If you give them even the slightest millisecond of time to move, they are going to move. The kick in the wrong direction was just the nail in the coffin.
Here comes AOG. SRG looking for a potential win. They break down the structures first. Vamos might just meet the same ending despite being on a different team. They decimate Innocent as Chibi keeps the hope of the teams alive. And that's going to be 3 dead. Nets will make it. Number 4, Stormy decimates one before he goes down. And Vamos still has a lifeline.
I mentioned the possibility, but I didn't think it would. Chibi managed to chain double decimate off of Graham and then Innocent, the 2 most important targets for them. And now they're gonna push down mid to take as many structures as they can before SRG can respawn.
The guys will try with the fracture, but Vamos can't get any structures. Holy Shoe still there, or at least Sakai is a Holy Shoe in this case. Best case scenario for Vamos, but look at SRG. They've broken every single inhibitor, and now Vamos have to constantly swim against the current.
It is a much needed breathing room for Vamos, but will it be enough? Or will it simply be a drop in the ocean that has been stained red by the Selangor Red Giants? The next Lord will be coming up in 25 seconds. Only a 3k gold lead actually for SRG, which isn't that big of a difference now that we are 15 minutes in and Nets is 5-1-3. Angle is important. Vamos was only able to get that because Selangor Red Giants underestimated their opponents. They didn't have to worry about the decimate this whole time and thought that Martes had become ineffective at this stage of the game. But that percentage HP, that execute at the end, you still have to respect it.
And also Warlord, right? Tons of damage, tons of control. Just got a Wishing Lantern. Vamos put on the back foot once more. And if you remember Deja Vu, last season it was a Lord fight that ended the run for these ex-Homeboy players. And SRG have full control of the objective. Cram himself is enough. Diversion. Innocent moves away just in time, but this is such a dangerous position. Smell the scent, you feel the breath but there's no opening yet.
They do have to send someone back. There's a wave pushing in mid. Team Vamos cannot afford to lose to a back door at this stage. That would be heartbreaking. Not to mention losing the championship. The chances are not over for them. Nets and Warlord actually do have some good damage if SRG position themselves incorrectly, but you can see that they're playing a lot safer now. Proper respect being given over to their opponents after that previous blunder.
Now Stormy stole the glorious pathway. A change of scenery, especially the utility that it provides, and now SRG will look to run down the Lord. Vamos just cannot do anything, not with Chibi on housekeeping duty.
All right, there's a Lord. No inhibitor standing for Team Vamos. Unfortunately, their wave clear is not the best with this lineup either. With no towers to hold, this is going to take a miracle defense. And SRG knows it. As long as they don't make the same mistake, as long as they don't underestimate Team Vamos, the path to a back-to-back championship stands right in front of them. Vamos, can they hold this push?
And on red side, SRG about to paint it red. Glorious pathway is going to be used. AOG to the backline. They split the fight. Crab is safe. Lord is still there. Water is low. Innocent just goes for him. This could be the final blow. They rallied an army in Season 11. Built an empire in Season 12. Forged a dynasty in Season 13. And now they will carve a legacy in Season 14 as the first ever back-to-back champion.
Oh my goodness, it has happened! History has been made! Our first ever back-to-back champions in MPL Malaysia! Selangor Red Giants will throw it over to the stage for the monumentous occasion!
Ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it.
This is your MPL Malaysia Season 14 champions, Selangor Red Giants!
After an exhilarating series, we have our first back-to-back champions in MPL Malaysia, the true Jago Adana Bangsa!
Hari ini kita bukan saja menobatkan satu juara, kita juga meraihkan kehebatan kedua-dua pasukan yang akan mara ke MC